I already commented back, but I kind of wanted to use as an example because I see a lot of people saying this, so I'm not personally attacking you because I don't really know who you are or care. But anyways, if you actually look up like Biden's like older like speeches and the stuff he said and etc., you would see that he's been against abortion and he's been undeniably racist as hell. Like all politicians for the most part are crooked or narcissistic or etc. Like similar vibes because like who are you to think you can rule an entire country essentially? But realistically, I really want to hear an example of what Donald Trump has done to women. And you say, oh, grab him by the this or that, or oh, he had whatever relations with ex porn star or whatever. Like, so, like especially in this like culture of like OnlyFans and like porn being like just so easily accessible. Like, really, is that really the hill you're gonna die on? Biden is literally called back in the day interracial stuff like a freaking, what was that, like a racial jungle or something, and like said, oh yeah, you know, poor kids are just as smart as white kids, and like just saying all the hard R's, you know. Like, I personally don't care if someone like says a slur, like it's a word, but like the ones that are so offended and so triggered and so whatever, you guys are voting for or standing behind the guy that's saying and doing all the things you don't agree with. And like there's so many people now being like, how could you miss, or this or that, and like supposedly you're so anti-gun, but you like, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying like, supposedly people are so anti-gun, but they want to cheer when like someone they disagree with is almost like unalived on like live on TV in front of like millions of people and including children, you know? Like that's really terrible. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like, well, this would affect me more, and me. Like, this isn't about you. Like, in general, like, everyone that's alive right now or in the next 100 years isn't gonna matter in 100 years. Like, realistically. So it doesn't really matter what affects you. Like, whatever you're thinking, because I'm not really understanding the difference, like, you're thinking between Trump and Biden, unless you have done no, like, research on Biden, unless you've never really done anything, so be like, oh yeah, okay, Democrat, blue, like I don't understand how you could even think that, like, realistically. Or people are like, oh my god, like Obama was the greatest president, but he had like the most drone strikes in like Syria and wherever else, like he dropped more bombs on people, like it was like a matter of like how many a day, every single day of his presidency, you know. There wasn't any war with Trump. He's respected by other leaders like the North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and like Vladimir Putin. He's actually respected. And it's like really crazy how throughout like this whole like Ukraine Russia thing, how it is very clear Zelensky or whatever is using the US for money, and how Putin actually is like the one in the right here. Like, it's pretty obvious at this point. I feel like people that choose to believe otherwise are just like willfully like, no, we're the good guys, we're anti-gun, we're anti-this, we're, you know, like, give money to all, like, let's let the government support all its people. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to say that I'm saying with other things because I can't say certain things because I will get banned. But you know what really will affect you personally is like if it becomes a trend or it becomes okay to unalive your political opponents, because that's how you get a dictatorship, and that's how no one has rights. Anyways, I'm about done because I'm like just tired. But if you just like think about all the stuff that happened during Trump's presidency, all the good and the bad, and then like compare it with the good and the bad of Obama and Biden, like put together, and you'll see who the better choice was. Like, we had work, there was jobs, there was like things were cheaper, there was a more like semblance of like peace. Like, there was a lot of good things under Trump, and they tried to like impeach him, arrest him, and now unalive him, and he's still going strong. Like, they obviously don't like that, and obviously like most leftists on here, like, I don't even care what political party you align with. Like, I've always been more conservative and like Republican leaning, or like not necessarily anarchist, because I don't trust the government in general, obviously, at this point. But like, I never viewed myself as like a leftist or a liberal or Democrat or anything like that, because they just had this like cult-like mentality that it's all sunshines and rainbows until you question them or disagree with them. Like, at least like with conservatives, like you can have like a legitimate conversation whether you agree or not, and you don't have to like fear they're gonna be emotionally unstable and try to harm you. Because how many attempts on Biden's life has there been? Like historically, who has the one been doing the assassination attempts? Even on like Martin Luther King and stuff like that, like it's Democrats. They're just fucking crazy. So do with that information what you will. I doubt you're watching to this point. But no, what will affect you more as a person honestly doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. And it's good that we have seemingly, well, who knows with all the people we're fucking importing for no reason. But I would say, like, people need to be selfless for things to matter and for progress to happen. You know, like, look at any big thing in history. Those that are selfless are the ones that are usually on the right side, or like the heroes or whatever. This whole culture of like instant gratification and me, and like what's gonna affect me personally, and oh, this makes me uncomfy, like that's what's destroying the world at this point. You know, the whole weak men fucking make hard times make strong men. Well, we're in that weak men make hard times type thing right now, because everyone's so fucking self-absorbed and worried about themselves only.